Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. How's everyone doing today? Smash the like button on your way in. Market is looking pretty good. How's you guys' weekend so far? What's going on, Tony? Tony Rosas. What up? Alright. Woo. Smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Happy Saturday. Let's jump right into it. Oh, yeah. You are first today, Tony. You may be the only one. It is a beautiful Saturday in June, so I'm not expecting a huge turnout. Tyler said early guess, just in case I don't make it. And I literally just got back from work boot shopping. Guess what I didn't get? I obtained approximately 0 new work boots. Every option was trash, and the ones that weren't trash, they didn't have my size. Apparently having big ass feet is not common. We got an early guess from Mr. Tyler, who apparently might not make it in 8 minutes from now. So tomorrow I'm going to the only store that I never would have even attempted to go to for work boots. And if they have boots that I'm satisfied with, it's gonna blow my mind. Tony Rosa said, "You ready for 10 trillion total market cap soon, JJ?" I absolutely am, my friend. 1000%. Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin is looking good. We got this lovely little downtrend in Bitcoin poking its little head right above. Let's refresh our liquidation heat map. Today, I did my very first collab. You guys will see that soon. When it comes out, I will definitely be shilling. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, for real. Look at that. They did not let us break into either of those ranges. We got 106, 149. There we go. 106, 149. I think I'm going to have chili cheese fries for dinner. 106, 739. You know what? Actually, maybe not. Maybe I'll get some KFC. I feel like I haven't had KFC since I was like a kid. 104, 821. I'm gonna take my family out to dinner. I'm gonna be like, we're going out to dinner, and then I'm gonna take them to KFC. 104, 379. I do kind of want to go out to dinner though. That sounds delicious. Tyler said, "Wow, I wasn't first interview. I'm hurt. I went on somebody else's channel. So technically speaking, the opportunity to be my first interview is still open, Mr. Tyler. I'm just waiting for you to get back from your date with your wife." I'm just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our liquidation heat map at the moment. These little green guys. We still got maybe like another, I'm going to call it another 10 hours until Asia allows us to breach into either of these zones. But we'll see. Bitcoin is up 1.25% on the day, looking good. ETH is up 1.95% on the day, also looking good. Still trying to recover that dip. Sol up 1.41% on the day, looking good. Rejected at 152, but maybe she'll turn around and make another attempt. Total 3, 1.51%, beautiful. The recoupling has occurred. Now the question is, Are we going to do a boop? One of those rejections. Dixie said smash the like. You should listen to him. He knows what he's talking about. He also said happy Saturday, JJ. Happy Saturday, Dixie. Okay. So maybe bam. I don't know. I don't know. We will see. 844.4 billion. The recoupling is real. We do have a yellow dot on Market Cipher. What that entails, usually entails manipulation, but I don't know. We got bullish div though, which is kind of cool. See what that turns into. ADA's up 1.37% on the day, looking good. 66.44. SNEK is down 2.5%. Oh, interesting. XRP is up 0.7877. HBAR is up 2.51. HBAR kind of killing it today. Swede's up 1.57, struggling around 325. Ondo's up 3.67, struggling to get back above 84.84. Aerodrome is up 3.19%. Beautiful bounce off of 5. Hit 4.8. Hasn't quite got to our 4.5 target, but I'm going to call that a win. Our bear flag played out perfectly. Pinlink down 0.31%. Very lingery on Pinlink specifically. Render's up 2.76%, looking good. Struggling to get back above 4. That is my main target for a continued bullish scenario. We do have bullish divergence on Ondo as well. A lot of these charts probably have bullish div. I'm just pointing out the ones that are really obvious to me. Polkadot up 3.5% on the day, looking good. It is chilling at 402, and 4019 is that resistance level. So if it breaks above and holds above, then could be some more bullish scenarios playing out for DOT. It also has bullish div, which is great. CAS is up 3.79%. Little double bottom action potential on 0.0827. Avalanche is up 5.19%. Beautiful. Avalanche fully recovers the Trump Musk dump. Looking good. Trading at 2066 at the moment. Little rejection at 2078. But as long as it's above 20, I'm happy. Chainlink up 1.99% on the day. Beautiful double bottom scenario off the purple trend line and the orange yellow trend line. Bullish div as well. Yellow dot manipulation candle. Looking good. Doge is up 3.44% on the day. Nice reaction off of 1681. I'm quite happy with Doge, actually. I thought I was going to be disappointed, but I'm not. Let's pull this bad boy up there. Maybe that'll be relevant. Polygon Matic Pole down 0.7%. Not surprised. This coin kind of blows. Near is up 4.58% on the day. Little double bottom action going. We'll see if she goes up from there. Bullish div on here as well. And a green dot on the momentum wave. Or green dot. Full, like, confirmed green dot. Upside signal on the 4-hour time frame. This was back then, though. I don't know if it's played out already. And Chili's is up 2.45% on the day. Little double bottom off of our purple target, which we had already hit back here of 375. Bullish div is also present. Silver got a little bit pumpy, 35.96, looking good. MicroStrategy looks the same. DXY, a little bit choppy, well, maybe a little bit pumpy. NASDAQ and S&P also look the same. Bitcoin dominance 64.62. Still looking for 66. Still in the cards completely for me. Let's get to Bitcoin. We got almost, there it is, less than 1 minute until the daily close contest. So let's get down. We got 6 people watching. It's going to be record turnout today. I would say I raced home, but I was very reasonable about my drive home. So, but I did make sure I got home for you guys. I see a little baby inverse head and shoulders here on the 1 minute, which is kind of cute. Bitcoin currently trading at 105, 602, and 97 cents. Tyler said he's letting us guess right. I like it. Zhao said, yo, what's going on, Zhao? Let's get our daily close contest thingy open. Dude, should I get Jimmy John's? Is that crazy? Tyler said at work, be in and out. Appreciate you, Tyler. Don't get fired for my dumbass. Ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. We got Mr. Tyler as guest numero uno as a channel member. He's allowed to guess up to 1 hour early, and he did so. Tyler Yetzer, currently in the lead with about like 250 wins. being sarcastic, of course, but his guess is 105.66969. Nice. Who else do we got? Anyone can participate. Only one will win. There's a chance for you to win bragging rights with a lovely photo. $15 or $100, and that chance is available to you every single day. It is Price is Right rules, so if you go over the price of Bitcoin at all, you win zero. Zip, nada, nothing. So just keep that in mind. So we have had instances where a bunch of people guess and nobody wins because everyone was way too bullish, and they all guessed significantly higher than what the actual Bitcoin close was. We've also had instances where people lose by guessing over within $1 all the way down to literally 1 penny. Hoff's was over by 1 penny, 2 separate occasions. Kind of blew my mind. That's almost more impressive than guessing it on the dot twice. We got Zhao coming in with 105.811. You know what would be so hilarious is if somebody won the $100 prize while nobody was here. Like one of these days where I get in like 5 minutes before the close, there's only like 3 or 4 guesses, and somebody nails it. That would be so funny. Okay. Let's see. Bitcoin currently trading at 105.602 and 96 cents. What do you guys think? Actually, I'm gonna do a poll. I'm gonna do a poll during the daily close. Nope, not a Q&A. Just a poll. Now, the poll is there, but also still get your guesses in for the daily close contest. We got Tom Selleck Scout coming in with a guess as well. The question of the day, do you think the Trump versus Musk beef was staged? Tom Selleck Scout with a guess of 105.600 even. Very nice. Ooh. Bitcoin currently trading at 105.602 and 96 cents. We got 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the clock. I might go randonauting again tonight. It was really nice out today specifically. It's not nighttime yet. Do you guys think I should do VR on my channel? Because I have a headset. I think it'd be funny because I'd be sitting here and then I'd probably like knock one of my screens out or something. We got 1 minute, 44 seconds remaining on the clock. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. So far, we got 3 guesses in the cards. Tom Salkscoat said, we got our dip into fear. Do we rock it up this week? I honestly could see it playing out. What happened to my chart? Come on, TradingView, keep up. What the heck is this? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I could see us going crazy. A lot of the charts seem to have fully reset now on the mid to higher time frames, so I'm kind of happy with where we're at now. Is this playing out similar to the way it's played out in the past? Not really. In the past, the dip before the rip is like 40 to 50% or more. Like, it's violent and frightening and scary, like your dad would cry. We got 48 seconds remaining on the clock for you guys to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. So far, we only got 3 entries. Bitcoin currently trading at 105.602 and 97 cents. I have not had to use the whining button in quite some time. Kind of disappointed. Not enough. You guys are too emotionally mature. But yeah, the collab was super cool. Blockchain Brew, if you guys are interested, go check them out. I'm sure it'll be uploading. I don't know how long their turnaround time is, but they should be uploading it, I'm going to guess, within the next week or so. Probably a lot sooner, honestly. They seem to know their stuff. But super cool dudes. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And time's up. Time's up for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for participating. 105.602 and 97 cents is the current Bitcoin price. We got 4 minutes, 49 seconds remaining on the clock. We got Zhao AI coming in with a guess of 105,811. Tyler Yetzer, 105,669,69. Nice, nice. And Tom Seltzield, 105,600. Since there's nobody else here and there was only 3 guesses, I'm going to put all these bad boys on the chart. 105,811. Have you guys ever played Alien... What is it called? Isolation? Brilliant game. I got about an hour of gameplay recorded of it so far. I think I'm going to edit that and upload it today. Love that game. Love it. It's literally, it's from 2014, so it's 11 years old. The graphics still hold up to this day. Nothing really holds a candle to it. And it kind of blows my mind. Oops, I keep doing that. And then last but not least, we got Tom Seltzield with 105,600. I kind of like doing it like this. Is this how I did it before? No, I used to just put the names up here. Okay. I said, Tom, you're going to win this today. Not Tom. Sorry, Goat. Thank you. Thank you for correcting yourself, Tyler. Tony Rosas coming in with a 1 minute late guess. Should we let him in, guys? Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's a little too late. Mr. Tony, there's a cutoff 5 minutes prior to the actual daily close. We start at 7:50 and then at 7:55 p.m. hard cutoff. Let him in? Okay, Tyler. Tyler dictates. He is subscriber of the year, so I'm doing it. Tony Rosas, 105,560. Tony, if you win, you're going to have to credit Tyler a little bit with your victory. 105,560. I mean, as of right now, he's going to be the closest. Tony Rosas. Oh, it's getting a little too spicy here for all you guys. Tony said there was a car accident in front. Dang, that's crazy. Whenever anybody says car accident, I've had this weird moment of conditioning in my life recently. When I think of car accident, I literally, and this is probably the most toxic thing that I think I've ever accumulated in my brain, I see dollar signs. Because FedEx backed into my parked van. They didn't even back in, I'm sorry. The way that they pulled in, my van was parked, and FedEx goes to pull in, and they go crunch, and they just like ate up, and it sounded and looked bad. There's like a scratch on the bumper, but they didn't know that. They have video of the guy going like this in his truck, and that's it. So I contacted them, and I filled out all the stuff. And we got a quote. We got an online quote. I'm pretty sure the online quote people quoted me for like a handicap van. And it was like $4,000. Mind you, my vehicle was fine. It drives fine. It's like cosmetic. And it's not even like something you would ever notice. It's like scuffs and scrapes. They sent me a check for $4,000. It was crazy. So if you're ever looking for some easy money, have your buddy who doesn't work and doesn't care about money, get a job at FedEx and then have him smash into your parked car. All right, ladies and gents, we got 1 minute remaining on the clock. Tyler said, I'm not Goat, I'm Tyler. Wait, Tyler's Goat. Does that mean Tom and I share Goat? Dang. Tony Rosas said, Nissan Rogue slammed into a tanker truck. The Rogue is destroyed and the tanker's just a dent. Dang. I got T-boned by a Ford Explorer in my Ford Focus. Beautiful, brand new Ford Focus at the time. Love that car. The Ford Explorer was going like 25. The lanes merged. This lady did not merge when the lanes merged. I go to turn and she just goes, bam, 25. My entire side was caved in. She had like a crack in her bumper. Crazy. Crazy scenario. Insurance fraud is cool, kids. Yes. Fuck the insurance companies over because they fuck you over. We got 10 seconds remaining, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin currently trading at 105,552 and 16 cents. 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The daily close for Bitcoin, 105,552 and 15 cents, which means nobody is our winner. Everybody went over. Congratulations, JJ, on your victory. Actual daily close 105,552.15. Cool stuff. Everybody was just too bullish today. So I win. I'm going to pay myself $100, $15, and I'm going to give myself a lovely photo, and none of you get to see it. Congratulations, nobody, on your victory, ladies and gentlemen. Spam the bananas in the chat for nobody. Every once in a while, we got to be humbled, and this is one of those situations. All right, let's get some bananas in the chat. Cool, cool, cool. Quasi shows up, says, hey, Tyler, what's going on, Quasi? Tyler said, no one won. LMAO. Tom Alex Goat said, and there can only be one goat. Tyler said, chalk it up for nobody again. Yep, yep, yep. Tony said, what does nobody win, JJ? Nobody gets to know. Nobody will ever find out. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations on participating. You all get a participation trophy, which is this lovely drawing of a smiley face with not one single broken line. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this. Smiley face. Looks like a tomato. It actually looks like a tomato. Congratulations. More like a Pokeball, like a Voltorb. The ugliest Pokemon in the world. They have Pokemon now that are like lamps and stuff. I'm like, what is going on? They like run out of ideas? What are you doing, bro? Pokemon's like, who's that Pokemon? It's Travel Mug. It's the weirdest thing, man. Draw it with Simpsons eyes. Those are the eyes that you get, man. Beggars can't be choosers. Y'all were too bullish. Let me add nobody to the winner's Google Doc. I gotta make sure I copy the right thing. Nobody, everyone. JJ won because everyone was just too bullish today. Bragging, $15 and $100. That is what I win. So I'm gonna give myself all of that money. Which is actually why I can't afford to let somebody win money every single day, because I pay myself to be here. I'm just kidding. You imagine the entire channel is just one big tax write-off? There's people that try to do that, and then they get in trouble. They're like, I couldn't write off a wedding ring because I filmed my proposal. Why not? I can't write off my brand new Tesla that I bought because I drive it to the grocery store to live at my office. No, you can't do those things. Insurance fraud and tax fraud today. What else are we going to cover? What other kind of fraud? All right, you guys have decided. We got 7 votes on the poll. Do you think the Trump versus Musk beef was staged? 71% said yes, 29% said no. Cool stuff. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go through some news articles. Bitcoin still chilling, 105,511 and 62 cents. We're probably, if I had to guess, we're going to go boop and then hopefully blast off. Tom Selk said tax fraud is cool, kids. Did I ever play the video for you guys? I think I uploaded it to my Twitter. It was a long time ago. Tony Rosa said, use your winnings and DCA into Titcoin, JJ. I do like Titcoin. You know what I just bought? Which is probably not doing good right now because I'm pretty sure I bought like the Pico top, which I historically do quite consistently with Memecoins. Oh no, I'm scared. It's not even in the top. Okay, it's doing less bad. Yeah, I literally top blasted this motherfucker. Bigfoot vlogs. Hilarious. If you guys have been on X at all in the past day, these are blowing up and they're freaking funny. I got a couple of them for us to watch, but I'm dying watching these things, man. It's good stuff. For real. Bitcoin chilling. 105,511 and 63 cents. I bought some Bigfoot. Let's go take a look at Titcoin really quick. Just for the tits. Titcoin. Wow. Okay, I mean, it's up from the bottom. $15.8 million market cap. Dang. You know what would have been hilarious is if everyone worked together to make the chart perfectly shaped like a pair of tits. Could you imagine how epic that would be? You know what? I wonder if that could be the next meme coin meta. Is everyone trying to get the chart to be in a certain shape? Interesting. Huh. There's something there, marketing wise. But dang, people are fading the crap out of Titcoin. Look at all this red. Nobody likes red tits. I gotta get out of here before I say something. Something illegal, something borderline racist. Pinlink for Mr. Tyler. Pinlink's down 0.1% on the day, trying to get back above the blue trend line, which we drew however long ago. It's actually kind of depressing that it's below that. It makes me a little sad. But it is still in our larger purple accumulation box, sitting right at the bottom. So I might DCA some more next week. We'll see. All right, news articles. There's quite a few here. And in my opinion, they're all incredibly useful information. Let me see. Are we going to open up a trade? Am I forcing a trade while I'm streaming and I'm going to screw myself? Because I'm doing really good. So the compound trading challenge, I was behind on. I'm still behind by probably at least like 5 to 10 days. I'm not trying to stress about the timeline. As long as you make 185% compounded trades, you will have $360-some thousand. We started at 50. We're at, I think, 110, 111 right now. So I'm not trying to rush anything. But there's definitely money to be made as we speak here. The question is, which direction is it going to go? And is it too early because it was the daily close and it's on a Saturday? We're right in between those liquidation points on the liquidation heat map too. Dang. I don't really know. Let's go sit through some news articles, sit on it for a minute. See where we end up. Okay. We got Marty Party. People, in my opinion, manipulation of the 21 blockchain network tokens USDC is minted on is now under surveillance and regulated by the CFTC with the conclusion of the Circle IPO. Wash trading on offshore exchanges of Sol, ETH, SWI, and other public networks carrying USDC is now a U.S. federal crime. You are watching the end of an era of manipulation by unregulated offshore crypto exchanges. This is the era of blockchain adoption and innovation. The illegal casino manipulators are on watch. Pack it up and leave us alone. You know who I'm talking about. Remember this post. I love that. I kind of actually agree with him. That actually makes a lot of sense. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 25% of my bag and I'm going to open up a little baby short. Next, we got housing defaults have skyrocketed. This is unlike anything we've seen in a decade. This one, unfortunately, my dumbass gets excited for stupid crap like this because I want the housing market to crash so that I can buy a house at a reasonable price. So technically, I don't want people to be homeless and lose their homes. I just want a cheap house, man. That's all I want. Don't over leverage yourself in life. Next, we got China's central bank conducts outright reverse repo operation, injecting 1 trillion yuan, 139 billion US dollars into the market. That's huge. SEC, this one is crazy. The SEC has approved NASDAQ Crypto US Settlement Price Index, including Solana, Cardano, XLM, and XRP. Here's why this is huge. The SEC signals these alts have strong liquidity and reliable pricing, removes key obstacles for a spot ETF approval, follows Bitcoin ETH precedent, altcoin ETFs likely within 12 months. This is freaking crazy. I'm pretty sure the deadline for at least the Cardano ETF is coming up again soon. And I think Solana and XRP are also in that same boat. So XLM, I'm unsure about. I'm not saying yes or no. I'm not familiar with it personally. I love Stellar. Stellar was my second love next to Litecoin. So holds a special place in my heart. Next, we got South Korea's new president declares Bitcoin a national priority. What a time to be alive. This one was awesome. What an absolute legend. What if one of these guys was like, also, I'm Satoshi Nakamoto. Thank you for electing me. And then all the Bitcoin wallets, all the like legacy Satoshi wallets start moving and everyone freaks out. And they're like, why did we vote for him? Dang. Next, we got TechDev posting, it's quite clear that the vast majority still have no idea how explosive this altcoin chart is. This is crazy. Crypto total market cap, total 2, excluding Bitcoin. Look at that Bollinger Band squeeze. Woo! Man, this is going to be such a spicy run if it just explodes up to the upside from here. Total 2. Super stoked about that. We'll see where she goes. My short is starting to think about printing. Next, we got Elon Musk and Donald Trump are deleting posts pointed against each other. There you go. Was it all a psyop? Was it all stage? Was it all just one big farce? One big fallacy? We will see. Breaking, apparently the U.S. President, the U.S. Vice President, J.D. Vance, says he wants Elon Musk to return to the team. So, they must be good friends. That's actually kind of cute. It's like his buddy. He's like, Dad, can my friend come back over? No, he stayed here for too long. I'm not paying for him to live in our house. Next, we got home buying conditions have collapsed. It has fallen to levels only seen 2 times since 1960, 1974, and 1981. People don't feel like buying homes. Buying conditions for housing as surveyed by consumers. Nobody wants to buy a damn house because interest rates are out of control, Jerome Powell. What are you going to do when the entire housing market collapses and you look like a dumbass? Jim Darren just said Elon is the White House Elmo. Dude, I think I mentioned this on stream yesterday. I'm like, because Trump was like Elon's surrogate father. Elon legit got kicked out and then they took his allowance away. That sucks. They kicked him out and they're like, we're still going to give you your allowance. You know, you're still going to receive your trust fund money. And then he's like, okay, fine. And then he's like gone, and he like hears through the grapevine. He's like talking to his cousin or whatever. They're like, hey, I heard your parents cut off your trust fund. And he's like, what? And then he calls. He's like, Dad, is that true? And Trump is like, you're too expensive, Elon. We're cutting you off. Shit gets, I don't know. It's too funny, man. It's too funny. ADA added to Hashdex NASDAQ crypto ETF effective June 2nd, 2025. NASDAQ Inc. reconstituted the NASDAQ Crypto U.S. Settlement Price Index, NCIUS. My stepdad used to watch that all the time. Which currently serves as the benchmark index for the trust. As a result of this reconstitution, the NCIUS now includes 4 additional digital assets: Cardano, Solana, XLM, and XRP, collectively referred to as the new index constituents. Love it. In addition to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Very cool. Next, we got Elon Musk and Donald Trump are deleting all posts pointed against each other. Market will pump on Monday. Let's freaking go. This one I'm unsure of. Is this their currency in Bolivia? I don't know. But it's this post specifically says in Bolivia, real prices in shops are displayed in USDT, which is Tether's ticker. A quietly revolutionary shift. Digital dollars are powering daily life, commerce, and economic stability. Hell yeah. Next, we got another housing market thing. Or no, I'm sorry. This one's just a general market thing. 52% of U.S. consumers cannot cover a $2,000 emergency expense using only savings, according to a Fed survey. Furthermore, 31% of Americans can't handle a $500 unexpected expenditure. A record 37% of respondents described inflation and prices as their main financial challenges in 2024. By comparison, in 2023, 2022, and 2016, this percentage was at 35%, 33%, and 8% respectively. Inflation remains a major issue for Americans. This is crazy. Then we got TechDev again. In the past 2 months, 8 days have been responsible for 99% of the move. I say this all the time. The upside is such a short period of time, while the downside is such a long, drawn-out period of time. It does make more sense over time to just be in it forever short, but when you are longing, you only get those little increments of time where you can make a crap ton of money. If you're paying attention, you can probably time those correctly, or at least try to, and just make a crap ton of money. Regardless, I guess the moral of the story, or the TLDR, the lesson here, is don't get emotional and cash out. That's how you miss out on runs. I remember it all last bull market. Very randomly, I would be like, F this, and I would sell all my bags, and then the next day, everything would just spike up like 20%, and I kept missing, and I was like, damn it. And it sucked. It happened probably 3 or 4 times. And after that, I was like, I'm not selling anymore. I'm just going to keep loading up my bags and see where we go. And I haven't looked back since. Anyways, past 2 months, 8 days have been responsible for 99% of the move from 75K to 110K. The other 52 days were a chop. This is how it's always been and how it will continue to go. The legs will get even steeper. Missing those 8 days is risky. Time in the market is greater than timing the market. And then we got the Bigfoot vlogs, which I've been watching and freaking dying at for like 2 days now. we're gonna watch a couple of them because they're pretty awesome. Ready? Hang on, do I have to unmute this? Yeah. All right, ready?
Yeah, so I had to take the long way around because, you know, Miss Hodlnot 420 might be on the main trail.
So apparently using Monero for anime and a selfie with David Bailey means I'm not a real maxi. The internet, folks. My phone is dead, so now I can't listen to my Bitcoin podcasts. How am I supposed to get my 40 hours a week of Bitcoin content?
The 40 hours a week of Bitcoin content really hit home. I was like, dang, that's real, man. That's real. Everyone's got their specific quantity of content that they consume. 40 hours of Bitcoin content is real. This was the first one that I saw. I love this one.
All right, so I think the locals left this thing called an energy drink. Let's take a sip. Oh, I'm gonna crash out.
I don't know what was in that, but I can't freaking sleep. Oh, might as well get morning's grub ready. I'm tweaking.
Boys, I'm cooking another massive trout.
Boys, I'm cooked. I'm out of Zins, and I'm about to crash hard. If I don't make it, give this trout to Fred. He needs it.
Boys, she's landed. We're eating like kings tonight.
All right, boys, trout's done. Fire roasted, wilderness style. Might be burnt, we'll find out. Nah, that's gas.
All right, so I think the locals left this thing called an energy drink.
Dude, I love these stupid videos. Quasi said if Fed doesn't cut the rate, America is going to recession, but I doubt Powell would cut the rate. Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what the hell they do. People aren't buying houses, dude. Nobody wants to buy houses with a fucking 7.5% interest rate. That's literally like financial suicide. Here, let me get this $150,000 house with a fucking $8,000 a month payment. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard of. This one was hilarious too, how the internet is seeing American politics lately. Elon, Trump beating the shit out of each other. Canada comes and chokes them out. JD Vance is just beating the shit out of everybody. Greenland, Vance, dude. Oh yeah, the Pope. The Pope. Oh no. Oh, I was cracking up with these, dude. We got President Trump saying he assumes his relationship with Elon Musk is over and he has more serious things to do than talk to Elon. Trump warns that Musk will face serious repercussions if he finances Democrats. Dang. Quasi said, "What do you think? What's going to happen?" No, I really hope the Fed cuts the rates soon. I think the next time that they could is this month. Let me double check. I'm not sure when the next time that they would. When is the next time the Federal Reserve might consider cutting rates? I think it's this month. I think it's a monthly thing. Am I wrong? Yeah, meeting scheduled for June 17th and 18th. However, based on recent economic data and market sentiment, there's a low probability of a rate cut at this meeting, with futures markets indicating only a 30% chance of a reduction in June. Okay. Okay, so people are saying it's more likely for July or September. I'm still holding out hope at the idea of us getting 2 or more rate cuts, because I want 2 or more rate cuts for no other reason than wanting those 2 or more rate cuts. But we'll just have to wait and see, man. I think the biggest problem right now is, I think Powell, and I'm totally speculating here, obviously, I think Powell would have cut rates already by now. The problem is Trump came in and he said Powell needs to cut rates. And Powell probably has as big of a head as Trump, is like, I'm not going to cut rates because he said I was going to cut rates. I'm not going to cut rates. So now he feels like he can't cut rates because then it'll look like the Fed is folding to the president, and he literally only has 1 more year until he's getting the fuck out. So I don't know, man. We're going to crash, JJ? I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen. The economy might crash. I think that would be incredibly bullish for crypto, though. But who knows? I honestly, though, I really do, and I could be way wrong. Again, I'll if I get proven wrong, then I get proven wrong, so be it. I genuinely think that we've gone so long without such a big problem that they would do anything in their power to prevent a real big problem from happening. The fact that we didn't like crash hard during the recent pandemic, I'm gonna call it, blows my mind. So I genuinely believe that they would just do whatever that they could to kick the can down the road and make sure that we don't actually have any huge issues. Jim said, interestingly, every time Trump screams for rate cuts, the longer dated bond yields quietly rise above the short-term bond yields. We had an inverted yield from 2022 to mid-24, which is uber bearish. Tom Selleck said, no, that's not it. It's because he's worried tariffs will increase inflation, which is a valid concern. If it wasn't for the tariff talk, we would have already had a rate cut. But everything else is working in their favor. I feel like that's such a bullshit reason, because they said our goal is 2% inflation. We're literally at 2% inflation, and now suddenly they're like, we're concerned about tariffs, though. You can't fucking move the goalpost. It's starting to piss me off. And I actually have a lot of respect for Powell. I'm assuming he's probably the reason why we haven't had a fucking proper recession yet. But I want a goddamn house. So get this guy the fuck out of my face so I can get a house. Jim said the yield curve is starting to heal. That's actually good. Quasi said, look at ETH. You think waterfall is coming? Waterfall? I don't know, actually. See, maybe it does kind of look like this. I would actually call that a BART. I'm really not sure, though. I'm not sold on either direction specifically. I do think the alt season is going to come, but usually there's a pretty monstrous dip beforehand. Now, that literally might be this right here. So we had our bear market. Everybody survived. We spiked up. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, we're in a bull market. And then we went, now we're like testing this, which is actually, I didn't even notice that till just now. If we fail that, we're probably going lower, but everyone's freaking out right now. All the geniuses are probably opening up shorts. If we bust to the upside, like we normally do during alt season, those people are going to be screwed. I could also see us just chopping for a couple of months until autumn, because we usually don't have any bullish price action during the summer, because people are out touching grass and doing other crap other than staring at charts. So I could see both sides. I could see the waterfall. I could see the beginning of alt season. I will say, volume versus volume, there's literally no volume in the chart right now still. I would argue that we're right here as far as volume is concerned. When do we get this monster? You know what I mean? That looks like autumn heading into 2026. So go down to the 4 hour again. Got a couple more articles to read, I think. Bitcoin chilling. 105, 507, and 60 cents. Looking good. Consumer loan default rate hit the highest level since 2012. This is happening right as consumers have run out of excess savings, but still have to pay back record levels of credit card debt. There's no going back now. Here's the thing. I get 1 million credit card offers a day in the mail. I've looked at the interest rates on all of them because I take into consideration all of them. You can't build a credit score without credit cards and without some debt, which sucks. Sucks that that's the way the world works, but that's how it is. I look at every single one. The interest rates are so insanely outrageous. It blows my mind that these offers even exist. So this information does not surprise me. Loan defaults, credit card, all that crap. This one was crazy. I'm wondering if this is true or not. I really have no clue. It could be a rumor. Nobody sue me, please. I'm just making shit up. There's a report that Scott Bessent and Musk got into a physical fight, and we were just talking about Elon's black eye on stream yesterday. This is a quote. Scott said, "You're a fraud. You're a total fraud," Bannon said in an interview. Musk then rammed his shoulder into Bessett's ribcage like a rugby player. Bannon said, and Bessent sent him back. Multiple people stepped in to break up the scrum as the two men reached the National Security Advisor's office, and Musk was shuffled out of the West Wing. President Trump heard about this and said, "This is too much," Bannon said. This is crazy if this is true. I'm telling you guys, we really need cameras and just 24-hour reality TV, like live stream of the White House. Jim said, yeah, there's a bigger game being played there. The tariffs being inflationary thing is a red herring in my opinion. I don't think tariffs are that bad. I really don't. Strike Finance. If you guys are not aware, Strike Finance is on Cardano. It is a decentralized perp trading platform. Huge potential. I've doubled my money on it like a week. Kind of blowing my mind right now. They are literally, it says, yesterday we finished close to top 50 globally in revenue. We are in the company of some of the best projects in the world, and we posted a higher daily revenue than some projects that are doing 50 million annually. Thanks to everyone for the support. Strike Finance, 24-hour revenue, literally in between Thorchain and Mayan. Round, it looks like $28,000, which in one day is crazy. So I highly recommend checking out Strike Finance. Let me show you guys the chart because it's been blowing my mind. Look at this thing. It's just up only, man. Wow. Currently sitting at $25 million fully diluted value, $20 million market cap, ton of potential. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. I am loading up hard on Strike right now. Like, I'm scared I'm not going to have enough. Which is literally the definition of FOMO. So don't invest just based on that information, please. Tom Salksco said, credit card rate doesn't matter if you pay off the full amount every month. I get 2% cash back on every purchase, and I just pay the full amount every month. Free money. Yeah, but people don't do that. People do not do that. So, plus the fees, they got like the annual fees, and they take it out right away. So as soon as you like activate it, it's like $60 just thrown in the trash. So there's definitely a lot that you got to look at. It's just predatory, man. It bugs me. Auto loan delinquency rate is at its highest level in 14 years. This one's also insane. 14 years, so that's 2011? Yeah, that would be 2011. That's so crazy. I personally don't believe in financing cars. I think that that's silly. But that's because I've had a repossession when I was 19 years old, so you live and learn. Next, we got retail investors now have more than $2.1 trillion parked in money market funds, which is at an all-time high. That's pretty sick. I'm going to follow this bar chart because I've been liking their posts. We got President Trump says his relationship with Elon Musk is over. President Trump to announce the next Fed chair very soon. Tom South Scout said no annual fee, and I pay no mind to the poors. There you go. Uber CEO says Bitcoin is a proven store of value and stablecoins are promising for global transactions. Very cool. I've been seeing a lot. Apparently, these companies could save like millions of dollars in transaction fees just by switching to stablecoins, which is pretty sick. The banks and credit card companies are literally like grasping up, trying to claw at whatever semblance of revenue that they can hold on to. It's just, it's going to be a brilliant display of fireworks when they all go down in flames. Next, we got $1.5 trillion Deutsche Bank considers issuing its own crypto stablecoin. Cool, very cool stuff. President Trump says Elon Musk will face very serious consequences if he funds Democrats. And last but not least, we got crypto moves in the cycles. I just wanted to point out the chart. Phase 1 is Bitcoin. Flow of money moves into Bitcoin, causing price surges. Phase overlap. Money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it. Phase 2, Ethereum. Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and we hear talks of the flippening. Phase overlap. Money is starting to trickle into large caps where we see large buy-ups happening. Phase 3, large caps. Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin and large caps are going parabolic. Phase overlap. Regardless of market cap, some altcoins with strong fundamentals are having pumps. Phase 4, alt season. Large caps have gone full vertical and we're seeing blow off tops. Mid caps, low caps, micro caps all tend to pump around the same time. Large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. It seems every coin is going parabolic regardless of fundamentals. Memes are everywhere. Everyone is super excited and you feel the mania in the air. I'm super stoked, super excited for this to happen. We will see if it actually does. That's about it. Quasi said, I have some USDT on me. Any advice on what I should buy? No advice in particular. I would just go with your gut. Do some research, do some due diligence, find a coin that like catches your eye, and DCA into it. Maybe you could just DCA into your current bags. If I had money on the sidelines that I was looking to invest, I would go into Strike Binance. But that is me FOMOing. That is me chasing green candles. It is up tremendously recently, so that could literally come crashing down for like a couple weeks to a couple months. Who knows? Jim said proof of work transitioning to proof of transaction would be revolutionary. Okay. Let's do a quick update of our portfolios. Our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is chilling at $888.15, which is $112 in the hole. So it's not as bad off as it was before, but it is still bad off. Next, our Memecoin portfolio is only $49 in the hole, which is actually pretty dang good. When this thing gets dumped on, it gets dumped on really, really hard, but the fact that it's still doing better than the 1K to 10K Grok portfolio shows me that we have not hit any brick walls as far as liquidity goes in the market. So we could see some relatively decent upside soon, just based on that information alone. And then last but not least, my favorite and the best performer still in profit, $117.18, the Narrative portfolio. Narrative portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one real world asset coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, and one gaming coin. And it is absolutely killing it. There's only one coin that is in the negative on this. We got $12.02 in the red on VeChain. Decentraland is in profit $1. Fetch is in profit $30. Tao's in profit $33. And Pepe is killing it in profit $63.90. Looking good. Quasi said, what's the buying zone for accumulating crypto? Like what price should Bitcoin be? That's all relative as well. There's unfortunately there's no straight answer for questions like this. It's all relative to where we're at in the cycle, and there's no way of knowing for sure. You just have to be comfortable possibly losing money if the price goes down, but you know, it basically boils down to having a plan and sticking to the plan. I would say there's no set price for Bitcoin specifically. I would just make sure that it's not immensely green. Like if you're on like a green daily candle and it's been green for like a month, like this right here, after all of this, if it's up here and you're like, oh, I should buy right now, you probably shouldn't buy right now. This is a bad time to buy. It's come down a little bit. This I wouldn't say is a bad time to buy, but I don't know. Is that if this is a local bottom, then it's a great time to buy. But there's really no way to tell. It does look very flaggy now that I've zoomed out, actually. But that's entirely up to you. Drummer said I missed it. I think everybody did. I like barely made it home on time. Let's see. Let me get down to the 4 hour again. But yeah, Bitcoin, it's important to watch Bitcoin for sure, and ETH. Total, I would argue Total 2 and Total 3 are also very important. It all depends on if you're buying to trade, if you're buying to quick flip, or you're trying to DCA into some longer term holding bags. Like, everyone's financial situation is completely different. So there's nothing I can tell you that I don't know, that I would feel comfortable advising, because I don't know your financial situation or anything else going on. I know mine, and I know I got all my goofy little plans. One thing I will say is if you're looking, because some people like to bounce ideas off of other people, I totally understand that. And unfortunately, I have to give these stupid political answers, which I know is lame. I would genuinely consider consulting artificial intelligence, like Grok right now. Let me run this question through Grok. I have some money on the sidelines, and I want to buy a crypto. I want to invest into a crypto project. Can you give me some suggestions? And see what it says. Unfortunately, this didn't work when we were checking it yesterday. Investing in cryptocurrencies can be, see, it's going to go through this whole political thing. It says Bitcoin, Solana. I like those two answers so far. Cardano. I like all three of those answers. What the heck is Solaxi? It's a new project, high risk and unproven long-term viability, pre-sale investments. Okay, so it's a pre-sale. So be careful. See, sometimes it gives you goofy, weird stuff like this. That's why our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is only 60% recommended by Grok. The other 40 we had to get fill in from the community, because the program that we use, this website, literally didn't have the other 4 coins because Grok named the most obscure projects. Fetch AI. Yeah, these are, I feel like these are good answers. Can you give me a couple more? Preferably in the top 100. I'm going to go top 200 by market cap. Jim Derringer said, honestly, for some coins, their bear market lows have been reached in 2025, so now isn't a terrible time to start building bags if you're late. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, what's up, all? It all depends on your financial goals. If you're planning on holding a long term, then any time is a good time to buy. If you're a swing trader, then you got to watch the charts. Exactly. Sweet, I like that answer. HBAR, also love that answer. Grok knows what's up, man. Those are both brilliant answers. Grok is not a financial advisor. Please consult one. Don't share information that can identify you. Well, no crap. Is that Bodega? I think I see Bodega. Yeah, I don't know. Grok is a great tool. I feel like AI is underutilized in the world, actually, unfortunately. I don't think we should be using it to replace people's jobs, but I'm not about to pay a financial advisor. Dixie said, JJ, why would anyone sell dong? Ask Grok. All right, let's ask Grok. Grok, okay. I'm just going to no context. Why would anyone sell dong? I think it can go through my posts too. Cryptocurrency. Oh, dong coin, a meme-based token from Korea. That's not right. I'm not even going to read the rest of this. Incorrect dong. I'm going to specify I'm actually referring to the dong on Cardano, the brilliant meme coin with legendary devs. Yeah, Jim Derringer said definitely feels like 2020 Korean dong. Dang. Quasi said, where are you from, JJ? I am from Michigan. I'm from the Midwest. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, incrementally, the markets go up over time. So long term is low risk. Crypto is a whole other world, especially these days with regulation coming. Markets are going to pump real quick. Yeah. Thanks for clarifying. If you're talking about Dong on the Cardano blockchain, which has been generating buzz as a meme coin with a bold community and active development based on recent sentiment and available information, here's why someone might sell Dong despite its hype and legendary devs. Profit taking after hype. Dong has been hyped on X as a game changer, with posts claiming it's set to disrupt the crypto landscape on Cardano's robust blockchain. Meme coins often experience sharp price spikes driven by community enthusiasm or viral marketing. Investors might sell to cash in on these pumps, especially if you bought early at low market cap. Okay, that's reasonable. Speculative nature and volatility. Okay. Market manipulation risks. Diversifying gains. Lack of transparency. External market pressures. Okay, so it's all just like blanketed, vague reasons why anybody might sell anything. Let's go check Total 2 really quick. Total 2. Looking good. 1.17 is our resistance line. If we break above that and skyrocket, it's going to be a fun time. Dixie said, oh shoot, I said I was kidding. It's too late, Dixie. Everyone just sold because they saw Grok give like 14 different justifiable reasons, and they were all really lame. Okay, Jim Derringer said Korean Dong. Have you ever seen a grizzly bear? At the zoo, not in person. In person, I've seen moose on the way to New Hampshire, which is probably the coolest animal besides a giraffe. Coyotes, we see deer all the time. Nothing really too crazy. There's like this, I don't know what it's called actually. It reminds me of a wombat. It's like a beaver without a tail. It's just this fat ass little brown Ewok looking thing that I see on the side of the road every day. I swear to God. And it's literally like every time I see it, it's just like, whoop, and it just like kind of waddles back into the woods. Moose are huge. They are, dude. They're so freaking cool too. I like that one video of that dumbass like trying to get it. He's like standing up, like trying to get a picture, and the moose like stands up, and then it just goes like fakes the guy out. The guy like falls. Jim said, building a crypto portfolio that survives dumpy periods can be a little tricky, but it's doable. The market has plenty of options thanks to DeFi, Raw, and APY on stables. I think he meant to say RWA, but I like Raw as well. Quasi said, dude, America's awesome. You guys got crazy stuff out there. I enjoy it. I feel like every country's got their perks, and you don't really necessarily see it unless you're outside of the country. Like, wherever a person is at, they become complacent. So that's where perspective comes into play. I think everything here is normal, everyday life. But if I were to go to any other country, I would be like, wow, because there's all these new things all the time. You know, if I go to Australia, I'm freaking out because there's kangaroos on the side of the road. People in Australia, they're like, oh, there's a fucking bloody kangaroo. And they're just like irritated. And they come to America and they see like a fucking deer or coyote or a moose, and they're like, holy shit. And out here, we're like, oh, cool. There's a bloody moose. I don't know, that maybe moose is a bad example. Moose are like infinitely cool. I think everybody, even if you see them every single day, would stop and take a picture of a damn moose on the side of the road. They're too cool, man. They're way too cool. But yeah, life's all about perspective, man. Australia is crazy. Australia is like a whole nother planet. There's like a portal to another planet in Australia, I swear. Literally nothing in Australia exists anywhere else. Everywhere else, we all have like similar animals. Like there's different deer, but everywhere has deer and stuff like that. Nobody has anything similar to a fucking kangaroo. Nobody has anything similar to anything in Australia. Maybe Africa has like a handful of exotic things. But dude, Australia is another planet. Tarantulas and toilet seats. Dude, I got this monster spider on the job site. Let me show you guys. I was freaking out. I gotta upload this actually. I took a really long video of it. But I was like, whoa, this thing was huge. This is probably like to scale as well. It was like bigger than a 50-cent piece. Look how big this damn thing is. It was so cool. I don't know if that, maybe I can make my screen a little bit bigger. It like popped out from under a tarp, and I was like, whoa. I had to go take a picture of it, and I moved it to a safe little area. I think it's just, it might be a I don't know. I haven't actually looked up to see what kind of spider it is yet. And then there's this butterfly that's been like hanging out with me. Literally jumped on the tractor while I was driving. This is the video that I just uploaded my short. And he like jumps on the tractor. I'm like, this is so cool. My little buddy, that was like the day after the first one too. Giovanni said, I hate spiders, so no Australia's massive effing spiders are a no-go for me. Really? I actually have had several pet jumping spiders. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, who won the daily close? Fahid actually won. I'm just kidding, nobody won. Everyone was too bullish today. I just wanted to say Fahid to freak out Tyler for a minute. Tyler said, I'm back. Pinlink Ondo. Let's go take a look at Ondo for Mr. Tyler. Ondo, down 0.53% since the daily close. Looks like it's trying to make its way towards 84, 84. Not quite getting there yet, but it is working its way up there slowly but surely. It's holding above 80, which is great. We got bullish div, we got green dot. Momentum looks good. RSI probably gonna hit 50 and bounce to the upside. That'd be my guess. We'll see though. That bullish div is gonna be in our best. I was on dipshit. Oh, my bad. Quasi said I'm from Pakistan. Nice. Giovanni said, Ondo, please. We're looking at Ondo. You guys are tripping. I'm going to continue to talk about spiders. And Fahid winning the daily close contest. I'm going to manifest it. Fahid is going to win 3 or 4 times in a row. Jim said, been an exciting year for both stocks and crypto. Enjoying stock market a bit more at the moment. Dude, I faded Roblox like an idiot. I've been talking about it for like months. I'm like, dude, Roblox, Roblox, Roblox. Literally, from April till now, it's up, I'm pretty sure, 100%, which is insane. So, and my dumbass is still like, oh, I'm not going to buy it now. It's too pumped up. It's probably going to double from here. But it is what it is. I've made my bed. I'm going to lay in it. Let's go take a look at Pinlink now for Mr. Tyler. Bigfoot blogs. Ooh, let's go. It's back up. Let's go. It's go time, baby. I might buy a little bit more. That's just too funny. Pinlink. Pinlink down 0.45% on the day. It's trading below our blue trend line, which is not entirely relevant. There's not a lot of points of confluence on the blue trend line, but we are still in the lower portion of our purple accumulation zone, so I'm not mad at it yet. Definitely a buy area for me. If it does start to break that, though, and move down, I'm gonna get a little spooked, getting a little spicy. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, wow, I've never been to that side of the world. No bears in Brooklyn. Tyler said Adam Eve on Ondo. No, this would just be a double bottom, little W. Adam Eve, it would have to be a little more rounded. So this would have to be round, and then this would have to be a spike. Right now, it just kind of looks like 2 spikes, which is still a pattern. That's a W. That's literally a straight up W. If I was trying to sell this as a bullish something to something, I don't really know what I would do. I see this chop, and I see the same thing right here, which is interesting to me. They both led to downside. Right now, it's not doing the chop, though. It's just kind of a little uptrend. So is that the trend broken? It's iffy. It's iffy. Here we got the MW. Are we going to set up a... Now, here's what I would like to see. Because we saw it a couple of times before. We watched it play out, and it was beautiful. If we get a W and then an M, I would want to see this, and then I would want to see it go down and then explode. And that would be the pattern that, in my opinion, would lead to more upside. Sustained upside. So the WM, which we watched play out a couple of times, I think Aerodrome, I still have it on the chart. Where's Aero? Right here. We had W, we had M, we had the pullback, and then the blast off, and our target of 76 got hit. And that pullback literally went to what I would call the neckline of the W. So, and then Chili's was the other one. Chili's was brilliant. We had a W, we had an M, we had the pullback to the neckline of the W, and then blast off and it hit our target of 5. Both of these perfectly played out exactly as predicted. Again, this is my motto now at this point. Did I trade it? No, because I'm a dumbass, but I'm still going to brag about it like I did. But yeah, I would love to see the WM play out on Ondo, and honestly, most alts at this point. Total 3 has a chance to do it as well. It's all just a waiting game. It is entirely 100% a waiting game at this moment. Bitcoin, not so much. W is not really there. That sharp decline rose up too fast. This I guess I could maybe sell the Adam Eve concept. It's a little sloppy, a little messy. I still, one of my favorite things in the world, man, is when George was like pointing out, somebody tweeted about Adam Eve on Bitcoin. This was around like 15, 20K. He's like, this guy says that Bitcoin's in an Adam Eve pattern. I've never heard of that pattern before, but I like it. I was like, I think I was listening to it while I was driving or something, and he said that, and I went like, what? Dude's been investing in crypto for like 10, 15 years, and he's never heard of an Adam Eve pattern? Literally blew my mind. I was like, what is he talking about? Adam Eve on Total 3? No, that's that W. Yeah, that's the W. WM, my friend, WM. And it literally looks synced up with this, which is crazy. It's kind of blowing my mind right now. Like, let's take this. Actually, I'm just going to push it. I'm going to put it back. But what if that's what's happening? Liquidity patterns play out multiple times over the entire history of the charts. Tom South Scout said, looks more like an Adam and Steve. Ooh. Adam and Steve, dang. Bitcoin dominance 64.66. Looks like she's going to continue blasting to the upside. We got a swoop. Yeah. We'll see if 66 hits. I don't know. I don't really know what to do with my hands. Should be a fun time. Nothing's green yet. Oh, that's not true. Render is. Nice. Good job, Render. Polygon, also a little bit green. They're trying. We got some attempts. Total 3 slid over about a foot, LOL. Right. Yeah. So, again, trying to sell this concept. We got the downturn, the spike up. I don't know, the spike up, the downturn, spike, downturn, spike, downturn, up, down, and then we start to go up. Make sense? The same pattern has played out. It just, the only difference is that this curved up and this curved down, and that set off a chain of events that made the entire fractal different. This right here, I think, got a little too bearish, a little too fast, and went sideways for a minute, and then finished off, whereas it was supposed to just go down gradually. And that's where we're at. That makes sense? I'm totally making stuff up, but, you know, that's what technical analysis is. Maybe this is, we'll call it like fantasy analysis. Fictional analysis. That's what I'll call it. Tyler said zoom in a little. How little? Did you like the noise that I made? Yeah. I mean, it looks really good when you do that. It looks really good. But then all of this is like decoupled in the past. And yeah, I don't know. I get it. I'm not mad at that, honestly. Because where was it before? Right there? They both kind of make sense. I'm going to do something really stupid. I'm going to stretch it. Is that crazy? Yeah, that's kind of stupid. I'll just leave it. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said there's a lot going on with that chart. There is. I feel bad, especially if new people show up, because my charts are just so messy, like nonsense at this point. They're probably like, this guy's a nutcase. I definitely gotta go do some spring cleaning at the beginning of summer to clean this bad boy up. We should have sold it the poop emoji. Camera said I'm gonna stretch it. It looks really good when you do that. Yeah, just out of context, JJ is probably brilliant, honestly. HBAR. Everything's pretty quiet. All quiet on the Western Front. Are we gonna... Yeah, we're probably gonna get that retest, right? That breakout retest. That's what I see. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Happy Saturday. Super duper chill vibes. I think I'm gonna call it. It's almost 9 p.m. Yeah. Hopefully I gotta get back on for an emergency stream. Otherwise, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. Happy Saturday. Quasi said, definitely we going down on Bitcoin. This shit can't go on any longer. Tyler said, I see it. I mean, Bitcoin's pretty chill, honestly. Quite chill. I don't know. I got no rebuttal, really. Kind of a wait and see scenario. Giovanni said, appreciate you, JJ. I appreciate you, Giovanni. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you for smashing the like button. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sticking around. As always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Smash the like button on your way out. Oh, Tyler said, JJ, no, read last. You said a little, goddamn. Shrink it and put the last W matching up. That's what I've done it like 14 times. Are you paying attention? The last W? This? No. I think this makes more sense. We got a breakout coming in June. It's the end of June. It's not that far away. You want us to go up right now, though. So your bias is pushing it right there. Hang on, I'm messing everything up. You said shrink it and put it at the last. Yeah, no. I like that. I'm like, listen to everything stupid and crazy and made up that I say, and then somebody else is like, hey, here's this totally reasonable thing, and I'm like, nah. I'm just giving you shit, Tyler. I did, so it does look really lined up right here, legit. The spike down and the little swoop. That's freakishly lined up. The question is, why is it decoupling? I gotta make sure I don't lose it too much. Right there? Nope, right there. Okay, so that was where we were at. Yeah. So yeah, all the possibilities are definitely on the table. I think that this one is not actually shrunk. I do think that the candles all match up, like day for day. Now zoom out. Too late for that. Let me put it back there. So shrink it. And then, boop. That's about as zoomed out as you get. Yeah, it looks the same. This gets really decoupled when you do that, though. That whole chunk. If you leave it at the original, it's still pretty decoupled. There really is no winning with the last half of this. We're recoupling right now. So, I don't know. It's going to be a sloppy mess no matter what. I like that we're bottom, though. Like both of these spikes. We got bullish div, and we're oversold on the 4-hour, which is huge for the RSI. Or for the for total 3. Last time that happened was the Pico bottom right here, April 7th. Very nice. But anyways, this is where I will love and leave you guys. Happy Saturday. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn. Thank you, Giovanni. Thank you, Quasi. Thank you, Drummer. Thank you, Tom Selleck Scout. Thank you, Jim Derringer. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dixie. Thank you, everybody that isn't here today. Thank you, HQZ. Thank you, Tony Rosas, and your badass name. I appreciate you guys. You guys are all absolute legends. Yeah. Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Happy Saturday and good night.